Ah, yeah. Play a little music here. A lot of people don't like the music. Gotta play something to drown out our mic.
I got you.
We can mute them, but
Yeah. I'll be right back, bud.
go ahead, bud. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's nice. It cuts off on its own. I used to worry about having to cut it off. Oh, man, it feels good outside, buddy.
Oh yeah. Yesterday morning, I almost needed a jacket right after daylight. It was cool.
I've seen several people say that, John. It was like 65, and people's like, hey, man, you know.
I don't think it was that low down here.
Yeah.
And but it was good for sure. And and the fishing is complementing the good weather.
Yeah, I was gonna. We'll get into that. You know, I posted that the picture you sent me with the black and white fish bunched up. I put it on here, but I know you get a little tease of fall weather, but I can't wait for my nose to start running. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, people's like, "What are you talking about, Mo? My nose is snotty, and hey, I got toboggan on, and you know that's a good time of year. I mean, I enjoy summer, but you know it's coming in fall and November. Football season's coming, and people, you know, you get to grill out without fighting mosquitoes and sweating, and that's just a good time of year. That's exactly right. Humidity wasn't as bad. It's down. I think it's 50% humidity up here. I guess that's low. You know.
For Alabama, that is low.
Oh, it's sticky, man. And we got some people tuned up already. Let's see. Keith Spencer, Ashley's on here, Jordan, Mr. Bill Lolly, Ronnie McKenzie, Stan Ridgway, Carlton, Ron Crawford. He's tuning in on YouTube, man. I appreciate y'all jumping on here. It's I guess heck, we're the 22nd of August. We're this month's gone. I mean,
it is. We're fixing by. Man,
yeah, man, I know it's man, you know, we had that little Mad Adam little tour we done at Eufaula. That's been, man, that's been several months back now, you know.
Yeah.
we were talking about that at Big Daddy's Memorial, you know, talking about when we done that. I was like, God, dog, it's done been several months. Several months back. So you went fishing. I guess you got to go a little bit this week, didn't you, John?
Every day.
Never mind. Every day, you said.
You know, I don't know. It stays on my mind. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, you're sitting there, you know, and you're able to do it. And you know, it's sitting there. You're on go. Tell everybody what this is right here. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Look at that. Ooh, it makes you want to get in the boat.
Shane, you've actually been there before.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. That's the one where we just spotlight and start a Yankee Doodle.
Yeah, and I had to pull you off of it. Yeah. we got more we could fish, but
we was, and you know that spot sets up. You know, it's a big stump, John. You can kind of tell them what it is, and it's crazy. So it's on the ledge there, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. So what happened? Well, that spot, there was a stump, always held fish. So I'm like, hey, you know, if you got someone that always holds fish, put something good close to it. So I put that pile out, and you go over another 10 yards and you fall off into a channel.
Right.
So, yeah, just right up off the channel ledge, there was a stump that was good. And then there, you're coming onto the flat. I put some stuff out, and it's always been phenomenal. There's always fish up there.
Yeah, we hammered them good there. I remember, and the wind was blowing pretty good when John carried me there. And man, you didn't have to look at the live scope. Heck, we popped, I don't know, 10 or 20 fish off of it.
Yeah,
man, it was fun, and the fish were aggressive. But you said that in that location or close to that channel, you get a mixed black and white. You were saying,
yeah. The lakes around here, you normally get a mix. But when it's hot, like what we were just coming out of, you catch predominantly white crappie.
Right.
So,
yeah.
like I told you on the phone, I said I'm starting to get a mix, like a mix of black crappie and white crappie. That
Right.
lets me know that the lakes are going to start fishing a lot better. When it's like, oh, there's a black crappie, oh, there's a white crappie, flip flopping back and forth. The water's cooling down a little bit, get a little bit cooler nights, and it makes for some better fishing. In the next month or so, it'll be really, really good.
Yeah, you think I was talking the other day, John. You think the temperature's got a lot to do with it, I'm sure, but you think these shorter days as daylight, these fish know it? You think they know the hours of the day, where, hey, it's not getting dark at 8:30, 9 o'clock now, we're only getting, till 7 something. I wonder if that's got a lot to do with it, the daylight hours. I don't,
I fully believe the length of the day affects for sure it affects the spawning time, but
yeah,
I don't know about this time of the year. They're following bait. I mean, they're just like you and I. we follow our stomachs around a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing the same thing. The bait fish are pushed up, off the flats, or excuse me, onto the flats. Like today, I just come out from the boat ramp, did a little side imaging, and I saw some bait. And I just dropped a trolling motor, and sure enough, there was. This week I've dealt with some of everything. Schooling fish.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was like, got some starting to school already.
I like that now.
Fish on wood and some boathouse fish. Heck, just go fish and try some of everything. And
it does give you several patterns. And that's what you're kind of waiting on in the fall. I tell you, when Neil and I went over to Grenada Friday and Jameson was showing a few things, and when we ate with them Saturday, Eric was sitting there telling me, John, and it makes a lot of sense that if he sees balls of shad, especially in Grenada, there's not a lot of crappie around there because they're not busted up. It makes sense, and I'm like, oh, since they're hunting, because you'll see 2 or 3 shad together, you think it may be a crappie way out there, then they bust up, and where those crappie are running through them, so it makes sense if they're feeding on them, especially school, when they get in there and get in the bottom of that thing, they bust them up pretty good. So. But like that, it's just, I guess, like you said, you get that many different patterns, you're bound to catch some fish.
Oh, yeah. They're still using, that shade of structure and stuff, and I'm playing that to my advantage. But man, when you roll out across the spot and you see them just suspended right there in a tight ball, 15, 20 fish, midway in the water column, to me, that's a sign that, of fall coming, because during the summer here, to me, they don't want to suck into the brush. And at times they won't even be on the top of it. They'll just be down in it.
Mm-hmm.
I see them down in it like that. A lot of times I don't have the confidence that I'm going to get those fish to eat that I do when they're sitting on top of it.
Right. Yeah, you're right. In the fall, they're adjacent to it instead of in it,
And they'll free up easily too, and start to see a lot of that. You'll come up, maybe get too close, and then go off, start schooling, and school, when they do that, they're not as easy to catch. But like free roaming schools, which we'll get here in the next.
Oh yeah.
The next months, those fish, a lot of times they're out hunting to eat.
Yeah, man, and what's crazy, to be honest with you, and John, I tell you, it is aggravating when you first start chasing these fish. But when you get that boat under control, and you can approach these fish, and you can lead them which way they're going, man, it's some funnest fishing you can ever get into. I mean, it is fun, and it is aggravating because all of them don't line up straight at 12 o'clock in front of the boat. They want the ones in Grenada were doing a circle. You can ask Neil. We would see a fish, and I swear to you, he would do a circle like he was trying to lose us. You're just like, what in the heck are you doing? Just, and they know that boat's there, especially over there. So,
Shane, look at that. Jonathan Grissett. You see that?
Yeah.
That's old Goob.
Goob.
Yeah, he's a rigs and works on boats at Illusion Marine.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. He's a fishing machine now. Every chance he gets to get out there on the water, he's out there. That's pretty neat to me. It's like the guys that work at the boat dealerships and stuff, they've got a passion for boats and being on the water. And when they're not doing, working on boats,
they're out there.
Be out there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, Andalusia's been good to you. You got your motor on, got it tuned up. You break, it's broke in. You ready to go. So.
And I got a lead on the boat motor today.
There you go.
I'll see where my old boat motor.
Right. Yeah, the Mercury took off. But I spent some time with Jameson, and Neil and I spent some time with Jameson, JC, and Eric, and they're running 2 older Rangers and set up with. And you just we actually got on JC's boat. He made me spotlight my boat. He said, "Man, let me show you something. I need to show you this." And we got on his boat, and he showed us around. And with that Ranger, us 3 on the front of that deck, and JC, it will kind of make you go, golly. I mean, it was just like a suction cup stuck in the water. I mean, there's something like my foot's moving like this, with a trolling motor. His is just not even moving. It's. I'm working 3 times as hard, it seems like. And I see why you went that route also, because it's neat. The 521 VXs, the 522s, those boats, some people are figuring it out. Some people want a lot of money for them, and people are redoing the carpet in them and, and redoing them, and they're getting a fine rig out of it.
Shane, I don't know did I tell you that I got a side console for ours?
Yes, yeah, you told me you ordered one from. Oh, Jessica's gonna appreciate that come wintertime.
Yeah, I didn't order. I actually got to tell Kevin Hicks thank you. He helped me find it.
Yeah.
He was just, I guess, on a forum or whatever and saw it and sent it to me, and I got up with the guy. And, man, I got lucky all the way around. It was it was up there by Lay Lake. Guys.
Oh Lord, right up there by Big Ray.
Morris. It was up by his place on Lay Lake.
They snagged it up for you.
And we're gonna put it on this weekend. So Jessica's never had a console on her side of the boat, so she's excited about it.
I'll tell you, you can put stuff underneath it. You got the glove box. Safety wise, I mean, heck, John, you're right under another console instead of being out in the open. Bass fishing, it would seem to get in your way a little bit, but crappie fishing, nah, man, that dual console is going to be nice.
I see Martinez is on here. Did you run into him while you were over there?
I did. I talked to him at the store. I talked to him and his buddies at the store there at the Chevron. The first morning I was there, they had a pretty good day. I mean, he'll tell you how crazy tough them fish are, man. I tell you, you don't realize, and you got a lot of respect for like the guides that stay on that place all the time, because it is work to catch those fish. I promise you're not going to go over there and just go spank you a cooler full because you think you can catch them everywhere else. Because those fish, hey man, they're in high gear right now, buddy. High gear. Jonathan said we want Ray on CrappieKast.
Shane, I've been telling him we have tried to get Ray.
We tried to get after his big win last year. We tried to get him on here.
Yeah,
maybe he starts promoting his place and his guide service. Maybe we can get on here.
Yeah.
I'd like to get him on here. Let's see, Wade Cole, if I was going to get a Ranger, what year range do you think would be okay with doing a good transom check? Explain to them, Wade. I'm glad you asked me that. John, tell them what you did when you bought your boat, and because and tell them the years. You shopped around for a long time, and the guy was kind of laughing at you when you done what you done. But
so, start off talking about checking the transom on a boat. I got to the man's house. He had pulled the boat in the front yard, and he was doing something and wasn't there yet. And I was like, you know what? I'm supposed to be here to look at a boat. And I told him what my truck looked like. I said, I'm going to start looking at the boat. And there's something I wanted to do. I didn't know if he'd necessarily agree with. So I trimmed the motor up, took the bracket, the transom saver off.
Yeah.
And let it back down. And I stood there on the foot of the boat and hopped up and down, and I watched that transom to see.
Make sure it didn't have any weak spots in the fiberglass.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that transom.
That's what Wade's saying. A good jump on the motor.
It wasn't flexing. Well, about the time my butt was jumping up and down on the foot of the motor, he pulls up and he's like, "Hey!" I was like, "Hey!" He said, "What we got going on?" I said, I was just trying to check his transom out. He said, "I've never seen anybody do that before." I said, "Well, I'm not saying I definitely did not come up with it, but I heard people doing it." And he said, "Well, that makes sense." He said, "Everything good?" I said, "Yes, it's fine." And but going back to the years on the Ranger, a lot of people are wanting to get in that 99 to 2008 maybe range. I can't remember what year it was when they changed it. I just know a lot of people are running that early 2000 range.
Yeah, I think Patrick's is a 2000. Eric's is a 03.
Yeah, mine's a 04.
And they tell me, like the Z series and stuff, when you get up in there, the rod lockers are the class, the class down, they have trouble out of them. They were telling me about that, as far as, but man, you get a good base and put, like you said, get Andalusia, sling your motor on there, and you got a machine. I mean,
yeah.
And I've got a friend that works. Yeah,
I've got so low in the water. And
the boat's unreal. That's why it doesn't get blowed around a lot. I've got a buddy up here that works on boats. He's been doing fiberglass for 40-something years. And all these new boats, man, it's scary. It is scary. He said he can go to any boat. He told me straight point. He said he can go to any new fiberglass boats and show you cracks in it before you even put it in the water. I mean, that's crazy, All of them, any manufacturer. He said it's, you're just like, that old Forrest Wood saying they build them one at a time, that's what you're getting, because I think, when did Bass Pro Shops buy them out, John? 14, I think is what I heard.
14, and I wasn't going to throw that number out there, but I think everybody wants one earlier. Well, I'm not saying everybody. A lot of people want one earlier than that.
I fish with Bob.
I'll tell you right now, if I could find a good hole and I could find somewhere to store it, I'd buy me another one just to have it.
Yeah, to redo. I understand. Neil and I were talking about it. There's a lot of places you can find them. Where crappie fishing is big, like they won't weigh up there $28,000-$30,000 for them. But if you can get somebody that really don't know, you can find a good deal in the 20s. John got a great deal, but
hey, I found one before this one, and somebody beat me to it. I mean, by 30 minutes, and hell, it wasn't meant to be.
Right. You're exactly right. But that is a big, John, you probably agree with the numbers, but you got $40-something thousand in a rig like that. You got something. I mean, a new motor, a boat that's rigged out, new electronics. I mean, you really have something set up.
I'm sure my wife will hear this eventually. I do not have that in my boat.
No, you don't. But you don't, because you come out really. But if in the grand scheme of things, you just.
But here's the deal: I did a lot of horse trading.
Yes.
To where I'm at right now with it.
Right. You're exactly right.
Trading stuff out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mike Leckins, I laugh at Mike. So I used to be a crappie fisherman until I bought the Thomasville grill. I went and ate with him Tuesday after Big Daddy's thing. He's got a seafood buffet down there on Friday and Saturday nights, but I ate lunch down there. I had to get out of there. I mean, he said, "What about the dessert?" I told Mike, I said, "Hell, I got I got to get out of here, man. I'll have to hang my head out the window trying to get home." Got a nice restaurant there. It used to be an old Ryan Steakhouse, and it used to be the Gaston Grill, and Mike had bought it, and I've eaten out there in Thomasville, and it's good. If I'm close by, I usually try to whip up in there. So, sure. Old Rusty, yeah. John was gonna try to make Big Daddy's thing, but he had to meet some stuff.
Yeah, I had some stuff coming in, and it had to have a signature on it.
Yeah, he had to. That's exactly right. That's the way it is sometimes nowadays. Scott said he eats her every day. I tried to call you, Scott, the other day and see if you wanted to meet me for lunch over there. He must have been busy. I tried to call old Scott Dees because he's right down the road there. So let's talk water temperature, John. Let's get back on fishing. What is it down, your way right now? Surface temperature.
So I fished really early this morning, and it was 83.5, somewhere in there.
Oh, that's way down.
And just telling you, the fish acted so much better.
You don't realize, so that's a drop of what? It's normally 87, 88 in the mornings, John, a typical August morning.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was early, and it was that temperature.
5 degrees on that water is a lot. I mean, surface temperature.
Hell, we ain't even talked about Seminole this weekend.
Well, I'm getting to that too.
My bad. I'll just keep rocking.
You're good. No, you're good. I'm fixing to get to that. I wrote it down because I meant to ask you that.
Currently here in South Alabama, starting to get a little bit cooler weather, which somebody told me it's going to be warm next week. It's going to be.
I looked at the weather. It's supposed to kick back up the end of next week, I think.
Yeah, gone. That stinks.
Yeah.
I was hoping it'd just stay like this and keep our fish in a good, positive biting attitude.
Oh yeah, they get the blackfish do. But so you went to Friday to Seminole. Jessica come met you in Creek, and you can tell everybody that story because it's a y'all had some success down.
An awesome weekend. So I typically try to go down, and when my boss lady gets in from work, she wants me to have some fish located. She's not all about the go right around and look for them.
She wants to beat on.
Yes, and which that's fine and dandy. So Friday got there, fish were where I wanted them to be. Didn't necessarily act like I wanted them to act, but they were where I wanted them to be. And
I'm gonna get that picture. I'm gonna put it on here of her big fish. Keep talking, John.
And we caught I caught a limit the first day. We go off the 25 fish rule down there. Georgia and Florida have got different rules, and I don't want to run into the wrong game warden. And he'd be like, "Well, I'm from this state, and we only allow 25." Well, and then the other state allows 30 because you got to think the state line runs up through Lake Seminole. So
right.
I go off the 25. So I had 25 fish Friday. Plenty of fish located. They just didn't bite real good. Jessica and Creek and I get out there Saturday morning, and tough is an understatement. It was really, really tough. We caught some fish, maybe had that many again, 25 or so. But we were running up on the boat race. They had a boat race down there, and Sneak Park. And Creek was excited about that, so we ran, ate lunch where we always eat lunch there, and got back, spot locked the boat beside a nice pontoon boat with a slide. They invited Creek over to get on there and get.
Oh, he was on fire. He was on fire.
Yeah. So we're having a big time watching the boat race and everything. Went way up into Chattahoochee and hung out with Byron Wise and Jesse and Scott D. after the boat race. And
Right.
anyway, rode back in. So Sunday morning, we go back out, and they've got a totally different attitude. They chomping. Yes, Jessica caught that monster. That's
That
a
is monster summertime black
summer
crappie.
fish. Yes, that's a 222,
Look at the eyeball on that thing.
almost 17-inch long fish.
Woo.
Summertime. That is a stud summer fish, black crappie. But anyway, so they chomping. They chomping Sunday. We pull up on some spot. Creek man's over there. He's in the seat beside me. He pops him about 10. Mama's
Creek.
throwing over. Yeah, Mama's throwing over the top. She's busting them, and it was awesome Sunday. And we left early enough to go get us a fried pork chop at the restaurant. And
Yeah, what's the name of that restaurant? Pops.
Pops Grill.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
Lake Summer.
I know it was nice when we went over there. It's up the Chattahoochee a little ways. So I imagine those fish, as it cools down, they ought to be really getting ready to go.
But what's crazy about this time last year, we were stroking them.
Oh, I remember John carried me there. He went like the middle of July because you and Scott went ahead of you, and I think we went there at the end of the month. And then y'all was beating on them every trip after that.
Yeah.
I mean,
They acting a little bit different this year. I don't know if it's the pressure.
I don't know. It's been a weird year. You think, John, Seminole and Talcon have a huge black crappie population. And you go down to Miller's Ferry, they've been acting a little odd. Demopolis has been acting a little odd. You can see a lot of little fish. It may be a cycle year. I mean, as soon as you say, well, something's wrong, when wintertime gets here, they're going to be piled on a stump by the hundreds.
Yeah.
They got, I mean, good Lord takes care of them. They know what they're doing. So,
But Father's Day weekend, I got to I fished by myself the last day, and
that's right.
I could have weighed in 14 on 7.
I remember that.
Oh my gosh! And it's just weird. Little things mess with them when it's hot.
Yeah, they're super sensitive this time of year. I mean, I that's like everything else. If you get these cool mornings deer running everywhere, it's just they know. I mean,
hey, who's ready for some of this right here?
Yeah, coming, boys. I know one little girl is. She'll be commenting on here in about 2 seconds.
Roll Tide.
She'll be fired up for that. But hey, football season is coming, man. Hunting season's coming. Crappie. I guess November really gets me in the mood for it. Just I guess they get on stuff. There they are. There they come. Oh, Rusty.
Hey, Shane, I never get to announce a giveaway, myself.
Yeah, we're giving away something tonight.
Yes, we
are.
are.
My bad. Yes, I forgot. Yes. I tell you what, John, I'm going to give away something too. I'm finna go grab it. I was going to sell it. I've got those Jinko rods you and I used to use, and they got dust on them over there. I got a 13-footer. Somebody finna win. Matter of fact, we're going to give it away too because I was going to sell it, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give the thing away. So, fine rod.
Yeah.
A Jinko X13. Got a reel on it. I'm finna go grab it right now. I'm glad you said that.
All right, so Shane's going to get that. We're going to get tonight. We're not doing it yet. We're going to give away a rod and reel, Shane, and I've got a hat from Outlaw Crappie Poles we're going to give away. And until they give me something else, this might wrap up the Outlaw giveaway for a little while.
I got this rod right here. I think these rods are around $200, ain't they, John?
They're high. Yeah, they're high.
It's X13. It ain't hardly been used. Got a Daiwa Revos reel on it. You looking about $250 on the average Joe. But I don't use it anymore. I've got several other rods that some of my friends use. Hopefully, I ain't got to ship it to nobody. I really don't want to ship it because it's outrageous to ship stuff. So,
yeah.
Hopefully, we'll find somebody on here. If there's somewhere close, I'll get it to you. But I was going to sell it, and I got to thinking. I was like, you know what? I ain't selling nothing. Somebody can use that rod. It's X13. Jinko. It's got the counterbalance system on the bottom of it. I mean, we've all used them. It's been sitting over there for 6 months. Nothing. So I figure, hey, we'll give it away too. Yeah. I use a little 10-footer sometimes, but that 13's been sitting there. And I was going to sell it, and I took it off there, and I said, you know what? I'm going to give it away on the show.
So we do need to talk about one thing. I don't know, this newest update that Garmin's got out, people are having some issues with it big time. So if you're thinking about updating your Garmin right now and you hadn't done it, please stay where you're at.
Yeah, they're supposed to come out with a fourth quarter.
Yes. So Mike, that listens to us a lot, he sent me a message and said, he's having trouble. It's locking in down mode, and he can't do anything with it.
Yeah, mine hadn't done that. I updated mine. Mine hadn't done it yet.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that everybody's stuff's different.
I think that's what Robbie's saying. The AHRS goes crazy.
Yes,
that's what they're complaining about.
And it's locking stuff out, and so if you got to update that's previous to the one that's current, don't update right now.
Yeah, they're going to do something the fourth quarter coming up. They know they do real good about addressing it. But Mike Hill, he stays on top of all that.
Mike sent me a message. He probably sent it to you and said, "Hey, this is from Garmin. They are aware of the problem. They're working on it."
Right. Mine, I had to get a new transducer. Matter of fact, my old 32 gave up the ghost. It's got a couple hours on it. I had 2 dead spots, and I've been using my Jedi since the last couple of weeks. You can't see anything at 20 and 10 foot, but I've got a new LVS 34. I'm jumping on that train. Hopefully it'll brighten everything up, and I'll be ready to go.
Robbie Palmier?
Yeah, Palmier.
Yeah, he I think he was the one who asked me about some of those pictures I put out there. Those fish on that timber, and he's like, I don't see it, and I hope he saw where I circled what I was seeing on the thing.
That ain't it. Hold on, I still saved some of them.
Up there on the top of that wood, I circled. That's not it. That's not it. But
I got so many pictures stored in here. I'm having a.
It was from this past weekend.
Oh, this past weekend, yeah, on your page, yeah.
Yeah. So the fish. What I was looking for on
He said he did. He said he did. He just commented.
Okay, good. So I saw a cluster of fish on the top of a piece of pole timber, and that's what I was looking for. And I sent Shane a lot of pictures of them.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them here. John does real good about that. If he sees something that's real interesting, and we say this every show, guys. They're like, "Hey, I don't see nothing," probably because there's nothing there. And you. When you see stuff, I mean, you recognize it immediately. It pops. Go up there and you catch fish. You can put 2 and 2 together. Waylon's asking me what the big fish at Grenada. Neil had a real good fish come up, and he was going to ease him into the net. Kind of pulled him a little bit. And they're so hot over there and running that it's hard to get a real good hook in them. So you're going to net a lot of them. And I don't know. We didn't have anything over a pound and a half. I wouldn't think. Waylon, like I said, it's work over there right now, buddy. You better be ready to go in gear. Martinez made a comment, 2.9 mile an hour, trying to keep up with them. That's the truth. I mean, they're stroking it over there. So,
hey, but here's the deal about that. If you're running that fast after a fish, and then the fish finally decides to address your bait, your boat's still going. So what are you going to do to stop the boat? Oh, segue. Power brakes.
Hey, I was stomping on mine. I was standing on it, John. Me and Neil went through and tightened mine all up. I had a little slack in mine, where they mounted. And you got to realize mine are the first set he sold. And I've beat the crap out of them. And that's the first time I really had to tighten them up because they had a little rattle to them. But you're exactly right. You're running that fast, guys. You can't backwash them. You better have something to stand on and stop.
You'll blow like that fish when he turns up.
Oh, man.
And because you got to think, he stopped and your boat's still going.
Well, I'll tell you this much. You cannot take your jig, if this is the fish, your jig is not coming up behind these fish. You get right here, they're gone. They feel that they hear that, feel that jig, they're gone. Like you literally had to drop it on their nose and ease it away from them. It's the craziest thing. They're so they're messed with a lot, and hey, they're trying to survive. So
Shane, here's a situational thing. If you're listening to this now or after the fact, do you ever come up on a brush pile with some fish, and before you realize it, you have run over the top of them?
Oh yes, God. Oh man, what are you talking about?
All
Especially right here to the right or something. You're talking, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh crap!"
Yeah,
I'm
or
10 feet from one,
or the current's pushing you over them, or anything like that. When we talk about power breaks, you can stop that. So if the fish is sitting on the 20-foot line, or the brush pile is, middle of the brush pile is, in your head say, all right, I want to stay on that 20-foot line.
right?
So if we go to 18, I hit the power brakes. I back up a little bit. If I go to 25, I'm getting too far away from it. I get in the gas on the trolling motor.
Right.
You can consistently control the forward and back with 2 buttons.
Especially get a wind gust at your back. Like John's saying too, guys, that sun shadow, those fish sitting in a brush pile, the sun's at your back. You get a certain angle from them that inside of 20 foot, it's casting a shadow. And like I said, sometimes they'll run at your boat. And then you're like, oh crap, you're really handcuffed then. And you think it's a good thing, but it's really not. So
and then you can get where you can throw across the stuff and stall a jig out by backing up with them.
That angle, yeah. Oh, you're right. Hey, you can, especially those fish schooling guys, John will tell you can be reeling that jig and hit that reverse and make that thing just ease. You'll get to like running a piece of equipment. And it's you hate to sound like you're really pushing something, but guys, Eric Cagle and them guys 300 days out of the year, and he uses the mess out of his. He'll tell you,
he's got it now though. You can run multiple buttons up front. You never touch your trolling motor. You just looking around with your trolling motor. You can go forward. You can back up.
That's right.
With the rear trolling motors.
Yes, 100%. It's just another piece of equipment, I guess it helps you cover water faster. It's not necessarily I got to have them, but when you start up in your boat control game, it's coming. You ever get on the boat with them, that's a mistake,
Oh, Mel's on here. Melvin Sasser's on here. So Shane,
where's Melvin? I ain't seen him yet.
It just says he's watching, but hey, I got to tell you. So, he sent some rod and reels to the kids.
Yes.
He forgot to change his on Amazon. He forgot to change his address to his home, and he had my home as his address. So I get one of his Amazon packages. He calls me. He said, "Hey, bud, if you get something weird from me, I just didn't change my address. It was his toothpaste." Yeah, but hey. We need to say this again. We want to thank everybody that
oh yes, big time, man. Yeah, that was
the kids tournament. It was amazing. Once again, thank everyone. If y'all didn't hear us last time talk about
I talked to some people today. I was talking to David Fales. He said him and Derek's coming next year. I said, look, man, we're gonna try to get a tent, a fan, and I've talked to a bunch of people that let's see. Blake's asking a great. What kind of money are you talking about with power breaks? Most people that with by S. Jones discount, I'm hearing they're spending about $2,000. Blake, isn't that about right, John? I think that's
There's different options. If you want to, go on your power pole, or if you want to go off
kick word, yes,
brackets, or if you want to do the trolling motors yourself, there's consistent money saving options, and I always forget the discount code. So I was like, just call him and say, we listen to CrappieKast, Shane and John, whatever that discount code is.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to type it in, Blake.
Just call and
the last fellow that I spoke with on Messenger, he saved him $200-something by using the code.
I think 10 or 20%.
I forget. Chad's been good to us about it, but that's what Brian's saying. It was about $2,300. without power poles, which that's the bracket. I wish I had it in here. I need to set it in here. Matter of fact, I got a little display. I've had mine for, I don't know how long we had them things, John.
Man,
Well, 2 years, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and I beat the crap out of them, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. They took a whooping, and they're still, they've got a little slop in them, but Steven's asking will they fit on talons.
He has a.
That's what Neil's got. Neil has talons on his boat.
He's got an option for that. Yeah.
You need to call him, Steven.
Before we go far into this, the easiest thing to do is call and say, "Hey, I've got this."
There you go.
Or text or what message in some way and say, "This is what I've got. What do I need?"
It is www.mypowerbrakes.com.
So don't go to guessing. Everything about shipping heavy stuff is expensive, and you don't want to go to, you know what I'm saying, ordering some stuff that you don't need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do that a lot. That's why we really kind of give our opinion on stuff on this show to try to save you money. People call me and message John and myself all the time. Hey, I'm thinking about, like I had Greg Gibson was talking about different units and asked me the pros and cons, and I've had both of them, and I try to help him. What kind of fishing he's going to be doing. He's going with a manual 1222 where he's at because of what he's going to be fishing. He's got kids up there with him, don't want to smear the screen up as much. So he went with that instead of 126. So
talking about saving some money, I was on the phone with Steve, the owner of Limits Tackle, who said we love his baits. I'll use them probably every time we're out on the boat.
Oh, I got one on my rod now somewhere over there.
Yeah. So he ordered one of the new 16-inch Garmin's. They've got the new one out. You can save some money with it. 1643 maybe, or I can't remember.
That's the unit, the 1643. It's a manual 16-inch unit. Yes.
They took some of the connections off the back of it. It's cheaper than the 8616. So if you want to go to a 16 and you want to save some money, they've got that new model out, and maybe it doesn't have the antenna port in the back of it. It's something.
You got to realize the 8616 like I have, I can go over there and grab it. They're set up for the big water, the ocean. That's what they're set up for.
Set up really for like sailboats, something where they're going to be out in the weather. And
yeah, it's got so many ports. I can bring it over here. It's unbelievable, all the ports in the back of the thing. So
this new one, I guess they came out with, the 16-inch Garmin did. They took some of that away from the back of the thing. They would do some cost-cutting exercise, I guess. And
people wanted the 16-inch screen with a manual knob. But y'all see all them ports. My God.
Yeah.
I mean, I used 2 of those. You see the 2 of the caps flipped. This thing is heavy, but, they always said if they made a 1622, and they make a 43 because of the maps, I guess, like a 1243. So.
Shannon, I won't say they listen to me. I'm playing.
But I haven't seen one in person though, John. I just
maybe Steve can send us a picture.
I haven't seen one. I don't know about the megapixels or anything as far as on the units. I don't really know.
Amos is asking if we know I don't yet.
I don't know all the technical difference, Amos. I wish I did know. But I will tell you this: you call Garmin, they'll flat out tell you. I mean,
their tech support is.
Oh, it's unreal, man. I've had to deal with the guy I called about the update. He sent me the card, and he really wasn't sure. He's told me straight up. He said, "Man, I'll be honest with you. I'm normally not in this department." And he said, "Hey, but he really did help me out. He sent me one for nothing." So,
all right. So we're gonna do this now. The eighth person to post www.fishoutlaw.com.
Number
8. We're gonna send you a hat. And Well, I'll get it sent out this week. www.fishoutlaw.com. Shane, I counted down, and I said the 8th person, right?
Mate, I will. I'll let it refresh. 8th person. I wrote it down. Get a hat. We probably got one by now. They click in there pretty good. So I'll count it down. Again, guys, since I'm the moderator, when I scroll out, when I refresh this thing twice, that's my count as they come in, because everybody else's feed is different than mine.
I'm laughing at Ashley. She always.
Oh, they sitting on go over there. She done copy pasted, and
I'm gonna blame it on somebody else that you didn't get.
Number 8. Let's go, guys. I'm gonna refresh it twice. I went twice. Let's go down here and see. When I first see it, I'll start doing it. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me make sure that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Benny Evans, right there. That's number 8.
All right, Benny. If we're friends on Facebook, send me your address or send it to Shane.
And I'll forward it to John. There it is, right there. That's number 8. I counted again. I've counted it twice. I appreciate all y'all sharing that.
They I can talk about this a little bit. They're working on a cast and rod. They got some prototypes coming in that are in our wheelhouse of what we love.
Okay.
Yeah, something new coming.
A casting reel.
Yeah.
Rod, I got a couple of them Zebco reels over in the cabinet over there.
No, I'm talking about Outlaw.
No. What I'm talking about, yes. They're coming out with a casting rod.
No. Spinning.
Oh.
Similar to the ones we use all the time now.
I got you.
Rod, yeah.
Yeah.
I said reel, I apologize. But yeah, they're supposed to be sending me one. I'm excited about getting.
That's good, man. They're evolving like everybody else, and then you need to be,
Yeah, they got big things that work. They're working on a scoping rod, the longer rod. Yeah, I got
14. One. Hey, their 14 really does feel good. I thought I had one over there, but I don't.
I think the new one, it's going to be a 16, I think.
There you go.
They got maybe just one come in. They're going to pass it around. And
Emma said one's getting ready to head your way. There he goes, right there.
Oh, yeah. It made my day.
I'm trying to think of how we can give away this rod, John. This X13 over here.
Yeah, you'll be picking
we'll figure out something. We'll sit here and think about it. I guess we can come up with a number. Whoever we can just type. Not now, guys. John will call this one. He says you type in CrappieKast, and we'll get the number or whatever. We'll get this thing to you somehow. So,
Shane, how many followers is it now?
We got almost 10,700. So that's a lot of followers, guys. You don't realize those are not. They're generic. They're real followers. A lot of people, man, you get these bots, and some people try to go in and buy followers and all that. Hey, I want legit people that are involved in the page, and that's what we want to deal with. So, but yeah, we'll. I'm just giving this rod away. Like I said, it's just been sitting over there, and it's a great rod for somebody to use. Hey, then when Amos and them come out with long ones, hey, if you're in the long rod game, this won't cost you nothing to get in. Hey, order one of his Outlaw rods. Order get a 14 or 16 or whatever you want.
Scott Dees, if he's got it, I'm sure he'll bring it out there too.
That's right. The national championship's coming up. We got some buddies fishing it after Labor Day, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Got me wanting to ride out there and see all my buddies. Scott told me to come. Scott Dees did. He said, come out there and hang out with us. I don't know.
Amos said he's going to be using it. So that's good.
I'm sure he'll let them see, put their hands on it and, see what they don't do and don't like about it,
Scott said he got you a bed. He said, come on. I see him right there. He don't get no better than Scott Dees, man. I promise.
Hey, don't tempt me with a little bit of reds and tails on the water. I love, man. Oh.
Hey,
I'm thinking about
He got to turn it. No, he's turning. Man, there's 81 people on here, John. Look at that. That's awesome. I'll tell you what, though. We got 10 minutes. Number 7 types in CrappieKast, winning this rod behind me, X13. Number 7, CrappieKast. As long as I can make it out, type it in. Number 7.
Yeah. CrappieKast, cast with a K.
Yeah. Hey. Oh, if I don't break it for you. It ain't going nowhere. It's tied up. Number 7. There we go. Look, I'm sure we got one by now. Woo, there's a bunch of people typing it in. I'm glad, though. That thing's been sitting there and somebody needs to be using it. If they don't use nothing but the reel.
That thing Clinton Tyson he put his out there. He'll put it to work.
All right, let's see. I'm trying to get into them. I said number 7. Let's see. There's one. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You ain't gonna believe that.
Oh, that'll be easy.
That'll be easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, Neil, I guess I'll bring it to you this weekend, buddy. Like he needs another.
Why is my mom posting? I mean,
hey, this farmer wants rods too.
Yeah.
Well, Neil, congratulations, Neil. I guess I'll bring it along with some other stuff. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, I love my mother. One of the 13-foot crappie pole would be hilarious.
Hey, it's just 2 pieces still. Thank God, I tell you, these little ties are handy, man. These longer rods, man, these ties, I mean, they really do save the rods. But heck, I'll just bring it on down there to Neil. I'm going to visit him and Ashley this weekend. But he's legitimately number 7, so I keep it honest. He's probably fired up. He just want a rod. That's funny. I got another one over there I'm going to give away. It's a 10-footer I don't use. We'll give it away next time. It's sitting over there. I've got another 13-footer I'll give away. Like I said, we try to, they're great rods. And, Outlaw sponsors John, Lost Creek Custom sponsors me. And we just try to, I have these rods laying over there and somebody can get them and enjoy them. If you say, hey, I like this long rod, then you want to, buy one from Outlaw, a 14 or 16-footer, that's what you need to do because they support us. We support them. I bought all these rods before we even started this show, and Eric was sponsored by them, and that's when we bought them. We try to support everybody. I got to use Eric's rod this weekend, that Dobbins rod, that casting rod. I got to throw it. He's selling them a lot. So, we try to, people that support us, we try to support them. So,
man, I'm getting fired up thinking about going out there.
Look, y'all like Scott, you done stirred him up.
I mean, I could bring some shrimp out there in the pot. We could do
no pressure either. When is this thing?
We could do an outlaw team shrimp bowl. When
is this going down?
That would be killer.
When is it going down? Hang on now.
I don't know.
You ain't got nobody to tell me no. When is it?
I'll have to put in for some vacation.
Yeah, you better talk to the boss. I'm taking the fish fryer. Hell, I can bring mine too. I got a good one.
I got the big pot.
It may be opening weekend of dove season though. My boss got me lined up. Is it the 7th? I don't even know.
I think it's that following weekend. It's a 3-day tournament.
Okay.
Now, hey,
7th, I don't even know.
Man, I can't imagine fishing a 3-day crappie tournament. Man.
Woo! And it's down there.
By that last day, they got those fish.
It's the 7th. Yeah.
Is
the weekend. Yeah, it's the 7th. It starts that weekend. It starts that Thursday. So it'll be Thursday, Friday, and so that'll be.
Scott, what day y'all getting out there?
He said they're getting they're leaving the day after Labor Day. Leaving Labor Day morning, fishing all week. So they're leaving Monday morning the 2nd, and the tournament's the 5th, 6th, and 7th.
I'm supposed to go to a charity dove hunt. That's why I'm trying to.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I got to be there. My boss will be kicking my butt. So, Mr. Bray. We're scheming right here on live on television. Oh man, I love the show though.
I love to go out there and take my boat and fish, but if I'd be worried about somebody saying, "Oh, you finding spots for somebody, you're staying."
Oh yeah, you ain't got to worry about that. You trying to go out there and
it wouldn't be like that, but
no. You don't play that game, so
I just want to go there and have a good time.
Oh yeah, well that's why I really want to do some more of those. The Mad Adam tour. That is so much fun. The one we done down there at Bridgeport was fun. The one we done in Eufaula, if it hadn't been storming, it would have got big. So I'd like to do another one of them. I got another now deals. I mean, we got plenty of stuff to try to do it again. I got to save up some fish. So daggum sorry fish been aggravating me. So
we cleaned a bunch of them this weekend.
I fed 62 people at the paper mill, and it was supposed to be 25, but thank good Lord I caught some fish. So yeah, I think we need to do another. Yeah, CrappieKast camp. That's right, Bill Lally. We need to do another one of them.
Well, last time we had people bring fish, and we had enough from just what we caught that week.
Oh yeah. John had already located them fish guys. Jessica, myself, and John and Greg, we cleaned 200 something fish. I mean, I can't remember. It was a lot of fish. Eufaula in June is a special place.
No, Eufaula in the fall is a smoke show.
Shut up now. Don't be talking. Don't be talking that. I'll drive over there. Do they move back where we caught them in June? Do they start moving back in there? Back in the parks, or they stay out on the main ledges, John?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many dang gum fish there. I
mean, man, I'm telling you, man. When we were there in June, man, you could literally pitch over your head, and
We're talking about Lake Eufaula, Alabama.
That's right, not Oklahoma. Oklahoma's the same way though. They're beating on them up there.
But if you can't catch a catfish or a crappie,
oh Lord,
over there, maybe golf. I mean,
Isaiah said, "What are they biting right now?" He come on out with it. That's the way to do it, Isaiah. Jump right on in there. What'd you catch them on, John? What'd you catch them on?
This might be shocking, but I did not throw monkey milk. I was throwing black and chartreuse.
Oh, that's what we called them on in Grenada. A black and chartreuse, we sure did.
Have you ever heard anybody call that bruised banana?
No.
I heard that.
I got that. It's another acronym or whatever you call it for. I guess you could call it that.
I'm gonna start saying bruised bananas through the black and chartreuse.
You're gonna have people confused. They're gonna be Googling bruised banana.
Hey, that's fine. From now on, I'm not saying
bruised banana. Hey, that's funny. I'm ready. I hope we get to go to Talcott or somewhere this weekend when I can get my string stretched, get a little redemption from Grenada, get my rear end kicked over there.
Hey, let's talk about this right quick before we're about running out of time.
You good?
The crappie bash that Alabama Crappie Trail's having.
Yes, they haven't announced where.
$5,000.
Yeah.
Is it 20,000 or 20,000?
20,000. Yes. Let me get on there and make sure. I don't want to lie to nobody.
Run a little over for this. So Alabama Crappie Trail is going to have a crappie bash. I can't remember what the word is.
Here it is. Alabama Mega Shootout Open Invitational.
There you go.
September 26th through the 27th, 2025. First place winner guaranteed $20,000.
Yes, that's
$20,000.
For
$500 entry fee, $50. They haven't announced where it's going to be, but it's open. He said first place winner guaranteed $20,000. So
put it on Neely Henry now.
Yeah. No. hey, that you'll have somebody's attention with that, and they run a great tournament trail, no BS, no rule changing in the middle of the year. They run a great tournament trail. So
I got to give it to Keith. He is from start to of the year to the end. He's doing it the same way, and he listens to his anglers for the next year. It's nice.
I talked with Kay Donaldson at Big Daddy's Thing, and you all know she runs Alabama Bass Trail, one of the most successful bass trails in the country. And I talked to her, and her and Big Daddy were real influential on, getting these big launches and stuff put in there. And she told me, hey, I made the rules, and that's it. If you don't like them, don't fish it. But she sells out in 6 or 7 minutes, So I agreed. Hey, let's just make the rules. Unless something comes up and you don't have a rule on it, hey, man, leave them like they are and go with it. So, bruised banana crappie.
Yeah, bruised banana.
They are having a big. That's right, Amos. They are having a big crappie bash on Lake of the Ozarks next March. That's big fish pays $50,000. That's right. That's exactly. We were talking about that too. Oh, Greg, that's a fella that went with me at Dips tournament. Him and his son Owen. He bought a War Eagle boat like mine, and he's getting it all set up and ready to go. When he went with me, that sealed the deal for him. Him and Owen had a good time. So, Clinton, his daughter signed up 6th grade fishing. He said he's so excited.
Oh,
I tell you what, when his daughter went fishing with us at Talcon, I've never seen a girl want to touch every fish. She's like, catch something, I want to grab it. Yes, ma'am. And she wanted to touch every fish that went that well. She wanted to get them out. Most of the time you got to beg a kid to get up there and get them out of the live well. She wanted to get every one of them out. So,
she is a sweetheart.
yes, she is. Tall girl. Golly. But, yeah, that fires you up when you see kids want to do that. You're just like, man, she's firing me up. I need to carry again this fall. Hopefully we'll get on. They had a little attitude when we were there, but we need to get her back down there. So let's see if I hope I didn't miss any questions. You said bruised banana. That's what you're calling them on. Huh. Isaiah said, I cannot get them to bite on Neely Henry. Woo, Isaiah, you're setting on something up there now.
Well, it's a Coosa Chain Lake. During the summer, it can be a butt.
Yeah.
That would be the disadvantage of having that during September.
Yeah, they really do. That Coosa turnaround really.
Where I would really want it to be at.
Oh, the Alabama Open.
Yeah, that money tournament they're talking.
I don't know. I know where they're probably gonna go. I guess Logan Martin. That's what somebody. If they say Logan Martin, Shiloh's gonna be jumping up and down like a.
Oh yeah, he's gonna tear that butts up too.
Yeah, I wish they would come to the Demopolis or Miller. I wish they would come to the Demopolis. That ain't gonna happen. Big old launch show. John would like it down there for sure. It's gonna be somewhere up there. It's gonna be Neely Henry, Logan.
I mean, it takes some money to be put forward.
Somebody put up the money, and Scott worked his tail off. Keith worked his tail off to get that, put up. So,
I
don't know.
I wonder, man. I don't know. It's
Blake's tree. It could be in Guntersville, Blake. That's true. Hey, I don't know when they're going to announce it. We'll get it. Hey, when he announces, we'll get him on here.
Oh, hopefully it'll be a lake with some white crappie on it. Because
amen. Yeah, Logan Martin. Even though they had the hybrids, but you're right. Oh goodness.
I just.
That's a little inside joke. Oh man, we done been for an hour. Started laughing.
I wonder. What about Lake Tuscaloosa? Why?
I tell you, I talked to Jameson, and you've been on my rear end about Lake Tuscaloosa also.
Always on your butt about Lake Tuscaloosa.
He's always on me. And Jameson, he caught 40 there the other day, and I haven't been around it. He said they were on bottom, but he told me, he caught 40. I need to run my butt down there because it's really not 25 minutes for me.
But I'm thinking of some other areas around Tuscaloosa.
Well, I think when Keith made the comment the other day, when we were talking about, when I shared Jameson's, he's on guide on Lake Tuscaloosa. Who do we need to talk to about having a tournament down there? I said, man, I don't know. I don't know any launches.
Nick Saban still got an office now.
Yeah, Nick Saban, he's still right there.
I called him.
My aunt lives right there on the river, but hey, it's a beautiful lake. It's a big enough lake. They've catch some monster crappie in it too. That's the truth. I've seen some 17 inchers come out of there. So, I mean,
deep and clear.
Deep and clear, exactly. So you ain't got no plans to go back up there to Green River, do you?
I would. I mean, it's cool, and there's other places around there, that we didn't get to hit, but I mean, it's nice. I mean, right now, you wouldn't ever, it'd be cool all day. The weather is so pleasant up there in Kentucky.
Oh yeah, when it's low humidity like it is here, you're exactly right. I would always plan a deer hunt up there during archery season, John. It'd be 70 the weekend before I get up there, and it's 98.
More day kicks up there than you ever. I mean, golly, whoo.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I got to eat some supper, bud.
Bankhead in September. I wish they would, Scott.
That's what I wouldn't.
He didn't want to say it. He was thinking it too, Scott. Hey, it may be. There may be powers that be that's involved that I don't know about. It may. Hey, it's all speculation now, but hey, that would be
cat's out of bag on this. Jessica and I are gonna do 2 trips this spring, like we did last year.
Here he comes.
We went out to Texas. We went out, to Arkansas.
I want to go there the first of the year. I was talking to Eric when I was out there hanging out at Grenada Beach. We was on the beach together. He said, "Don't tell anybody I'm bringing you to the beach. You gotta be special to be out there on Grenada Beach."
We're gonna run out, which will be west for us.
Yes.
Also gonna do a North Alabama trip.
Yeah, I think you come up here in January.
I want to set that one up where maybe the week before, seeing low wind, and I find them, and then Jessica gets to come up. She gets 3 days of fishing, and
yeah, and you catch a 3-pounder and a bunch of dang, it's so funny. It took John and Shiloh and people in the tournament to bring to light. I really think those fish just evolved in the last 5 or 6 years up here. I mean, Adrian used to post some and kind of low key, but then when they had the tournament up here in 1403, 5 fish, that just kind of, whoa, hold on now. That's some big crappie. I don't care who you are, where you are, in the country.
I saw that big thing on it. I said, ooh.
Like a big goldfish.
Just sitting right there at the top of a piece of.
I know. I seen that exact piece of 6-foot timber you're talking about. It ain't 6 foot tall. We caught a 286 down there not long after John went. A couple 266, not a 3-pounder, but man, those hybrids, they grow. They've got a lot of, they eat. Let's get out here and you eat dinner, John. I'm gonna get off this thing too, man. Appreciate it, man. That was 80-something people, and congratulations to Neil winning the rod, and man, what the fella that won the hat, Benny Evans. I appreciate him tuning in. All y'all making comments, man. Y'all keep this show rolling. The more comments you put on here, and you keep this thing going. It's so easy to do a show with you guys when there's, in an hour like that. If y'all didn't communicate with us, we'd be and back and forth. And I appreciate all y'all. Thank all our sponsors like we do every week. We appreciate them. They help keep this thing tick. You get a chance to use them. Hey, use them. Power breaks again. Call Chad. Tell him, hey, I watch CrappieKast. He'll know the discount. You don't necessarily have to put S. Jones in there. He'll know. I promise you. He's a straight up honest guy. I think it's sorry butts up there walleye fishing up Michigan or something now. So we'll be back on here next Thursday. I'll have a report. John will have a report, I'm sure. You got it. You get any fish? You catch any fish? Get fishing pictures? Hey, I'll share them on this page. I'll bring it on. I'll post it in a heartbeat. So appreciate all y'all. We're going into this thing. Thank all y'all. Like I said, we had 80-something people on here at one time. That's big time. Appreciate all y'all. We'll see you next week, 7 p.m. Thursday. CrappieKast Live.